5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. Happy Friday. It is 10 a.m. here on the east coast of North America in the beautiful Jersey Shore, just looking across the bay at New York City. It is a beautiful, gorgeous, perfect New York day. So if you're out there, take advantage of it. I think it's going to be in the 70s. There's hardly any humidity. It's just great. The news, what can I tell you, people? Here we are, every headline, everyone will be talking about Trump all day, everywhere. We're going to be minimally talking about it after we get a few people in here. I know how a lot of my friends think, so I know a lot of people on both sides who I'm friends with, and I love people. I don't care what party you're in, okay? I respect everybody's opinion. So I will ask some questions later about what's gone on and your opinion on it. And I don't want to hear any bickering. It's this guy's fault. It's that guy's fault. I just want to hear, do you think, whether you're Republican or Democrat, you don't have to justify and give me 30 pages. All I'd like to do is hear, do you think we have a two-tier justice system, or do you think that's all BS? And number two, just do you think it's been a fair, the past year of these charges and things, do you think it's fair? And if it was happening to a Democrat, would you feel upset if the Republicans were doing similar tactics, if you will? And that's it. So think about it for a while. We'll talk about it later. We're all entitled to our opinion. There is no one will be doing any swearing at anyone except me. My show. So remember that. And I'm not going to swear at anybody anyhow. We're going to go ahead. First off, I'm going to tell you, I almost didn't do the show today. The past couple of weeks in my personal life have just been a horror show. And I just say that. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I have a few people in my life, several of them sick or dying. And it gets you down. And then all this stuff, if you really want to be happy, watch less news. It's hard for me to do because I'm a hardcore news junkie. And I'm just aggravated, sick to my stomach about a lot of things, and it just makes me kind of a cranky bastard. So if you have anything nice to say, we welcome your comments. Who have we got here? Okay, he got Biden. Good morning, the inimitable Rick Davis from Bucks County. Good man. So some of the headlines we have here. First off, De Niro yesterday opened his yap, which was pretty amusing. Oh, Bobby, you got to love him. He put on his platform shoes and he hopped up the avenue and he got out there in front of the courthouse, started jabbering about how he wants to punch Trump's lights out. I'm not saying that was his exact wording yesterday, but he was out there screaming and doing his usual thing. And a bunch of New Yorkers just started telling him to fuck off, which was rather funny because it got caught. And then he had some weird mask on. He had one of those stupid masks on that you wear, even though, you know what? All you COVID people who are fucking fanatics about it, good for you. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's gone on since then that makes me skeptical of just walking around with a mask that they said didn't have the particulate size correct. So you'd get it anyway. There was just too many do this, do that. It was bullshit. So watching De Niro getting, heckled, this is the problem. I love the guy as an actor. I think he is an incredible, fine actor. He's done some of my favorite movies he's been in. I love, doing bits where we're imitating him, or he's involved, doing like, for example, a Goodfellas bit with some friends, or just goofing around. And I think it's cool. I think he's a great actor. God Almighty, I'm so sick of hearing his politics. I understand everybody has the right to put out their politics. Get it. Democrat, Republican, I'm an artist, you're a fucking painter, whatever you are. We're all entitled to our opinion and say it to people. This is what I think. When we get to an age where it is today, where you can't even open your mouth because you're going to afraid some rabid fucking lunatic from either side is going to jump in your shit with both feet, and they're going to just tear you up. And that stuff is nonsense, okay? If you can't articulate something in a minute or less, simply, accurately, without any big fucking $100 words, you, life will get better. So, with all this raging and seething, Peggy Noonan, a very smart woman who I like a lot. Sometimes she's a little la-di-da. She's getting up there in years, but she has good political instincts. Very good. And her latest column today is called "We Are Starting to Enjoy Hatred." You hear that? We're starting to enjoy hatred. We are. People are loving it. Go into New York. Look at Columbia a couple of weeks ago. Look at the people chasing some Jewish kid because he's got a kepe on his hat. What the hell does he have to do with any of this bullshit in the Middle East? It'd be the same thing if we had a bunch of fucking people terrorizing Muslims while they just walk around New York. But that doesn't happen. You ever see that? You notice that? It doesn't happen. Things in New York City are a mess. We got horrific governance. At least they went in and cleaned out all those people just terrorizing innocent students. In America, we don't chase people around in crowds because of their religion. Got it? Doesn't matter where they come from. There's a lot of people here who I think perhaps should be sent back to where they come from because they didn't come here to assimilate. They came here to set up their own little clavern or whatever you'd want to call it. I don't really like that. I don't like organized Islamic terror. I don't dislike every Arab who's around trying to make it. My theory is the smart people all leave shitholes like that. They all get out. All the doctors, the educators. You ever go to a hospital? Come on. You think they want to stay in some god awful place? Why do you think the Palestinians don't have anything? They don't have anything because they've spent all the money that everybody gives them on guns and tunnels and killing people. And now we're having this huge course about how horrible Israel is. Look, folks, the world's been cut. The people who lived in Gaza and Palestine had peace on October 7th. They weren't getting attacked every day by the Israelis. So no matter how you cut this, you're calling this genocide. It's not. There is a horrible amount of people being killed, but it could stop tomorrow. It could stop with one freaking phone call. All the Palestinians have to say, you know what? We agree to a surrender. We're going to surrender all Hamas and their weapons, and we're going to build a country, and we're not going to screw around anymore. They just have to drop the right of return, and they've got to also drop the river to the sea bullshit. It's not going to happen, man. It's reality. You're killing yourselves. In fact, more Muslims have killed Muslims than any other group of people on earth, and that's just a fact. And the number of Muslims killed, like in Syria and Chad and Somalia, by each other. So don't put all this shit just on the Jews because those folks don't get along with anybody a lot of the time. And they could have peace tomorrow. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to offend some of my callers or guests. I'm having a little problem here. Come on, you big sis crowd. Okay. Let's see. Miss America. Okay, folks, I'm trying to get control here, which isn't happening. Not funny. We'll try that. No, 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 no. Well, we're here currently without command and control. That's kind of interesting. Um, hmm. Holy shit, Batman, I'm back. If you can see me, yeah, Rick, I think you know me. I'm not going to be going and picking on any Jewish people. Don't be talking about breaking jaws. Come on, man, easy. Any rate, there's three of you watching. Exciting, right? Like I said, this wasn't planned to be a show today. I was going to run a rerun because I've been feeling under the weather. One thing, let's get onto a whole different world here of talk. I want to ask you guys a question. Just a few of us here. Why is it when we lose a pet, why is it we feel so crappy? Why does it feel like almost worse than losing some people? I'll tell you why. Some people, some people are dying, and I'd throw them a barbell if they were drowning. People I have in my life right now who are going through cancer and are terminal, it just makes my head spin. But my question again is why do we love our animals so much? What is it that you personally, just in a couple of words, get from your animal? Companionship, friendship, whatever it is. Many people have service animals. And I'll say this, I think some people abuse the privilege. I think there's some people who have a dog that they just want to carry everywhere. They're like these goobs who get parking handicapped sticker. If you're not handicapped, you're not ambulatory, you shouldn't have one and you shouldn't use it because there are people who are really screwed up and in miserable pain. And I can tell you, when I was in miserable agony with my shoulder, I wanted to be able to pull up in the handicap and just get dropped off was fine because I can walk. But I think anybody who's handicapped and they need those places. So don't park in them. Some of us get pissed off if we see you in the parking spot, um, doing dumb shit. Let's see here. What can we do? I'm trying to look through any comments here. We're having a little control problem this morning because pets don't have motives of greed. Good answer. That's kind of how I feel about it. Um, I feel like there's no. It's just It's love, just not unconventional. I'm drawing a mind thing. It's just unconditional love, and that's really the biggest thing. Having a pet has made me my whole life feel a lot better than I might have at different times in it. Sorry, I'm squinting at the screen, folks. Like I say, this morning is a really low budget show. I haven't shaved. Um, we going into why I'll tell you, my cat passed away a week ago, and it just feels awful still. Just it's just dread on your soul, you know. Um, yeah, and modest too. Uh, I got the cat right around the time I entered treatment for alcohol, and it's been 5 years now, as a couple of weeks ago, as most of you know. And so my kitty was about 4.5 years old, and he had a defective heart, and unfortunately, they never caught it. At the doctor, the vet, rather, and he just basically had the cat equivalent of a massive heart attack. And it was horrible. And, we tried to him the animal emergency, and it was just awful. And we still feel like shit about it. And hence why I wasn't even. I was just going to take a couple of weeks off from the show, just not to grieve too. I got a lot of other things going on. Annie will be moving a bunch of furniture into our house from her office and setting up a home office in one of our extra rooms. So that's going on. But I'm tired. I've got a lot of people who are really in a bad thing that are close to me in bad situations, and it wears on you after a while. And also, I've got some really good guests booked in the next few weeks and months, but I want to make sure that I up the quality of the guests. I'd rather have less shows and better guests. And, that's just, I think, the growing point for the show. Uh, I'm always trying to think about, what can we do better? And there's a lot. So I know you can all make snide comments. Right now, however, we're going to listen to Carlton Wilkinson. He's a friend and neighbor of mine here in town, an absolutely amazingly talented musician, and I am playing on a couple, 15 or so songs of his. I have started work on one with him, and I imagine next week we'll probably do some more because I've been kind of incommunicado. So here he is, Carlton Wilkinson.
There's some changes headed like the Gulf Stream rising, like some gale that's been blowing off this wild bird island shore. And I can't say where, and I don't know when, but some old door's been opened in the restless shade. Poor man sagging cigarette takes the subway home. Rich man folding old regret steps on the rundown below.
So we're back, and we're not back actually. We got another app.
I'm Neil from Live with Neve. We have an exciting connection for our veterans, country music fans, and there is something for everyone. Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. That's right, we've partnered with Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. See you soon.
Hi, I'm trumpeter Greg Adams, and I'm live with Neve.
Hey there, it's Kevin Sorbo here, and you lucky people, you are live. You're live with Neve or Neve or Neve. I don't know. I can't say the dude's name. Anyway, you're on live with him, so I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
All right, I'm seeing Rick Davis has popped in with Papa Chubby is in the hospital. Sorry to hear that. He is a chubby guy, and he's probably got some health-related issues I know that have been going on for a while, and I hope he gets better, and hopefully it'll humble him. We all need to be humbled once in a while about, taking our life for granted. I think it's a common problem, and try not to do it. We all do it at different times. Some people do it, some people don't. It's kind of one of those things that just happens, and you don't even mean to do it. But take care of yourself, Chubby. You're a big guy, and you need to lose some weight, and you got to start eating right, living right. Got to get right, boy. Ain't no way to go through life being in sickness and pain and agony. Take care of yourself, Chubs. Seriously, man. You got real health problems. Don't give up this world, man, before you know your time. And if you're out there and you're thinking any stupid thoughts, well, don't think them. Just go do something, okay? Anybody out there really having a bad time, get busy. It'll usually make things better. So, again, I was looking at the news today. I'm going to go back and see what we have. What are the headlines right now on X? Let's go to fuckwits first and see what's happening in the fuckwit community. You think I'm kidding? Let's see. Massive Kids YouTuber Mrs. Rachel invites Dylan Mulvaney to appear on Songs for Little's show. God, that is a garish looking man. Let's see. Now they're going to have the jurors are going to be jabbering on MSM, mainstream media. Marco Rubio Republicans should respond to Democrats attempting to jail Trump by working with Democrats. Wow. Okay, Marco. This is a true thing. A sure sign of spiritual growth. You want more freedom and less stuff. Yes, I do. So people, if you're out there and you want to buy a guitar or two, Let me know what you're looking for, and I'll let you know what I have. I got a bunch of guitars and some other crap for sale. Kind of decluttering my mind, decluttering my things, going through my address book and vaporizing certain people. It's remarkably good freedom sometimes. When I moved to New York, I bailed out, sold everything I and had a drum kit, a guitar, a bunch of books, some pictures, and clothes, and me and my face. I had a job here, and I have to tell you, it's sometimes very freeing to just get rid of it. You know, those of you out there have ever been divorced and gone through that horrible nightmare that it can be. Sometimes it's time to get out of Dodge and go somewhere new. Now, New York is certainly not new to me, but at the time, I was new to it. Holy cow, and I better plug in my iPad here. The show's going to be a lot shorter than I thought. Okay. If I do a show this afternoon, which may happen, depends on a few things, but we'll see. If I do, I will be using the regular studio and not the iPad. I love this thing, but it can be problematic to try and run the other assorted stuff. Um, let's see. We were talking about cats and animals earlier. Let's see. Back problems. They told him to lose 200 pounds. I'll bet. Man, that's a lot. I can't even imagine he weighs more, like enough to lose 200 pounds. I mean, that's a lot of weight. And if he can do it, I will, I salute you, man. You got to do it, Chubby. In fact, if you don't, I'm going to call you on the Live with Neve show and get some exercise guy in here to get you on the treadmill and whip your ass on that thing. You can do it. Get Mistress Mary sitting in front of you like a sandwich. Anyhow, pardon me. I have a frog in my throat. Let's see what else we've got here. It's interesting because I know that on X we've been getting comments, and I can't tell yet. I can't see if I'm getting comments on X while I'm here doing the show on my iPad. I've got, what is it, people? You get to a certain age, you're a little long in the tooth. Your glasses, your eyes get bad, and all of a sudden you start getting pictures from beautiful women. Let's see what this one looks like. Account suspended. She was a hua. She wasn't even real. She was a bot. But these bots seek us out. They must have seen me try to order a 50-gallon drum of Viagra and decided, oh, here, this is a great one, okay? Now, actually, we can see this little hot ticket. Let's see what you look like, Ardath. Get a good look at you. Now, this is a beautiful woman. However, the chance that I'll read her commentary. Let me get back to it. I'm not used to getting this kind of stuff. What can I tell you? I'm going to read it in her voice. It says this. Hi. Extremely wet and moist for you, Neil. She said moist. I love that word. I just created that pic for you, so I hope you like it. Annabella Lico. It picks to lick me. Great. I want you to join me in private show. Only for you. It's completely free. I'm thrilled to make you come on. Come on me. Oh, okay. So hurry up, please. I beg you. Not I beg. I beg you. You haven't bedded me yet. In fact, I don't usually want to go out with a Filipino ladyboy. So there you have it, people. This is what we're reduced to in this country. I'm an old guy, and I have to tell you, man, I'd be terrified to go out and meet Arden. She sounds like quite the dangerous woman. Let's see what Derosho says. Hello, where are you? Where are you from? How are you? How are you from? Okay. Let's see what we've got here. I've got some Ukrainian girls who are looking for marriage. Anybody here on the show, any of you folks know anybody who's ever done a mail order bride thing? It used to be popular in the 70s and 80s. You get a lot of vets would come back from like Philippines or Thailand or wherever, and they'd get married to, a native. And I don't see anything wrong with that. That's whatever makes you happy, So I'm looking through Twitter's news here. I've got some sketchy followers on here. Let's see if I have any mentions. All right. Hey, Andy Carhart. I do love a good relatable song, man. And Sabrina, I think you're a good looking woman too. And thank you. She is a drummer, and hats off to you. And Delta Dawn, good morning to you too. So I can now, but if I go to X, I can see who's been watching and making comments. Thank you very much. I hope you like the show. Um, Today is not a normal show. I don't have a guest. I'm just sitting here yapping, giving you my opinion of the news, the blues, the chews, and whatever else. And I didn't say Jews, people. I said chews, like in dipping snuff or anything like that. So let's see what else we have here. I'm going to go back and see if there's anything really good going on in X today. Let's see. Mainstream media is dead. There's a time to think. A new book. A book about Mel Prep to Tavistock Clinic. Holy shit. Okay, here we have some people from the Religion of Peace running into a square in Germany and stabbing people. They were setting up to do a TV shoot, and this swarthy character from the Religion of World Peas, as in sweet tender peas, is getting stabby again. 6 people stabbed at this point. They're calling the victims far-right protesters. Yeah, okay. You notice that in the media when they're trying a particularly obscene deception, that they will reuse words, as George Carlin pointed out so brilliantly years ago. Euphemisms, new words, things like that. We don't need to use new words to describe something incorrectly, in my opinion. My humble opinion, too. If I'm wrong, tell me to go shut up, whatever. Let's see. So the policeman jumps on the victim, and I watched it. This guy stabbed the cop in the neck, and he stabbed another guy in the neck a couple times. And then he jumped up and was going to get stabby some more. And then thankfully in Germany, I believe this happened in Berlin. I've been there and lived there and stayed there. And in Berlin, they don't play, man. You don't pull shit like this. He has now got his virgins in line. I think he's getting checked in at the clinic or wherever he goes. And that's just the news that happens every day. It's a horrible video to watch. Let's see. Net zero. COVID inquiry has overwhelmed hospitals. Has confirmed hospitals were never overwhelmed and were half empty. This is in Scotland. This woman was arrested and charged after filming her empty hospital to expose the lies. They need to shut her up in case he found out. So people on X are spreading it worldwide, and good. I don't know what's going on with the cat. I'm getting nervous. The reason I asked everybody earlier why the cats and dogs mean so much, and we talked about it, my friend Rick said it's just because it's unconditional love or something to that effect. And I agree. I mean, I think they're just like having a family member. And like I said, when I was going through sobriety, that cat went through it with me, and it was sort of like something I looked forward to when I was in the hospital for a long time. So that's my thing. I think it's the unconditional love too. My cat, last night we brought a new kitty home, and he's a beautiful little guy, and he had some medication with him. And check it out. Oh, hold on. That's not the better one. There he is. And this morning we get up, and he was listless, and he was thrown up since 4 o'clock. And my kids are all grown up, from 40 to 21. And this little dude came